friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the
07's the gamer tag. People call me Slick, people call me Sam, but at the end of the day, I am just a man. Now I am back on the grind. Today we will be talking about leveling. So as you can see, I got my loadout right here. So the first rule of thumb of loading up or leveling up a warframe or a weapon or your companion is you want to stick to what you want to level. Okay, you don't want to level everything at the same time. I mean, you can, but it'll take longer. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you rank up only a minimal amount of stuff. So right now I have a full loadout of stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off my primary weapon, I'm gonna take off my secondary weapon, and I'm just gonna keep my Warframe one weapon. I'm gonna and a companion. As you can see, everything is unranked right now. So in my loadout, I took off my primary, my secondary. As my Warframe, I'm going in with Octavia. I just took her out the foundry yesterday, and she already has a few formas. I just formed her again. My Zaw and my companion, which is a Roxa Kubro. So everything right now is at rank 0, unranked. In my squad, I have my fellow Tennos with me. They are already good to go. I have Cloud Kid, Gershova, and Stupid Ho. So Gershova, Stupid Ho, and Cloud Kid, they're all in the Direwolf Academy. Shout out to the Direwolf Academy. Shout out to my wolves. They will accompany me during this mission. Alright, so in the arsenal, something you want to remember when you're leveling, especially when you're leveling, you want to take stuff to keep you alive. So for my companion, I'm gonna pump him up. This is his 4th forma, by the way. I love Kubros. I can't help it. I have a weakness for Kubros in my life. Maybe it's because I'm a dog person. I like Kavats too, don't get me wrong. Cats are cool, Kavats are cool, but I'm a big Kubro person. So I'm just gonna pump them up with things to keep them alive. So health, extra shield. I'm gonna put in some extra armor. If you have these mods, this is the way to do it, okay? Also pack leader. Since I have a melee weapon, every time I deal melee damage, it gives my companion extra life back. That is a great mod to have. Medipet kit, this does health regeneration, and then of course I'm gonna give him his regulars, which is his abilities protect, which boosts my shield when I run out, and howl, which chases away the enemies and decreases you know, they run around in fear for a while. So as you can see, my capacities run low, but I put basically everything I need to keep my Kubro alive. My melee weapon, unranked. I put a lot of good stuff on there, which we'll talk about another time, but basically your mastery helps a lot, so you definitely want to increase in mastery as quick as possible. And then on my Octavia, I also have a lot of good mods on there, but basically I'm putting stuff to keep her alive. Every time you rank up, you get energy back. So quick thinking is a great mod to have if you're leveling up, which drains energy to stop lethal damage. So rather than attacking your health to kill you, it's going to go straight to quick thinking, which then takes your energy instead of health. Prime flow, of course, increases my max energy, and I have prime vigor, which you get as a login reward at a certain point, but basically some extra health in there to keep me alive. Sure, you want to make sure that when you're in the mission, you want to take a full squad with you. So you want to take a four-man squad, because the more people on your team, the more the enemies spawn. So when you take a full squad with you, more enemies are available to kill. So naturally, when you have a full squad, it's something called affinity share. Affinity is what you get to level up. So when you do an affinity share between all of your teammates, which is 4 people, you get to share off of their kills as well, which is an amazing feat. So you always want to make sure that you definitely take a full squad. Also, you want to be in close proximity to each other. I think the max is maybe like, or it gets to like 25 meters. You see my Roxa Kubro just ranked up to 1. My Zal Mandingo already ranked up to 2. Octavia's already at 1, and we're not even done with the first wave yet. So yeah, my Zal's already at rank 4, and we're not even done with the first wave yet. My Kubro, when we share affinity, anything they kill, I get bonus XP from. Experience is XP, by the way. And whatever I kill, they get bonus experience from. So we're all helping each other level here. Now, again, this is an unranked loadout that I started with. However, I was able to fit a lot of those mods on there because of my mastery. The higher your mastery is, the more you start off with when you have unranked items. So for instance, I'm mastery rank 21, which is, it's not the highest, but it's definitely up there. With that, every time I start off with a brand new Warframe or companion or weapon, I get to have 22 capacity, which means that I get to put up to whatever mods I want up to a 22 capacity limit. That's if I don't use a aura mod, which grants additional capacity, and or can catalyst or reactor, which also doubles my capacity. So if I put those on there, I basically get to start off at like like maybe 40 something, 50 something. It's freaking awesome. I mean, if you can rank up your mastery, I highly suggest you do. If you're having problems ranking up your mastery, I highly suggest that you seek help, whether from your fellow clan members. If you're not in a clan, join a clan. You can always go to region chat or recruiting chat and ask for assistance. So in order to learn what your Warframe does, and I'm at rank 7 by the way at the end of wave 5, we're gonna go to wave 20. I think by wave 20 I should be able to, if not max out everything, I'll be able to max out at least my Kubro and my weapon, because as you see, my max is 30. So my Zal is already at 15, my Kubro's at 9. I'm definitely leveling up very good. This Warframe Octavia has a lot of good abilities, and if you also notice, even though I was unranked, I haven't really lost a lot of no one has died in our squad. I haven't lost a lot of health or shield. And that's, but even if I do, it's just gonna take away from my energy, which gets replenished anyway. So literally I have nothing to worry about. Now there are different ways to level up faster. Some of it you can use focus for, some of it you can use boosters, some of it you can even use stuff you can equip in your gear wheel. Like, there's a lot of ways to rank up your Warframe faster, but definitely always want to make sure that you go in with as minimal stuff as possible. For instance, if you are focused on leveling your Warframe only, you want to level your Warframe fast as possible, then only take one weapon with you. Just one weapon is all you need, and your Warframe. That way you don't have to take the affinity in order to get to other stuff, because that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to give it to your primary or your secondary or whatever, your companion. Sorry, but I just revived somebody right here. You don't want to revive yourself if you're leveling. What happens is, if you go down and you revive yourself, it's going to take away from your affinity, your rank up. So you have to sacrifice a certain amount of affinity in order to revive. So always let somebody pick you up if you can, if they are available to pick you up. If they are not available to pick you up, then you know you don't have a choice. You can revive, but always use that as a last resort, because you definitely don't want to lose your affinity. That is how you rank up, and if you lose your affinity, that means it's gonna affect your rank up negatively, which means you're not gonna get to where you want as fast as it's normally possible. So to look at your abilities, if you press the options menu and then go to abilities while you're in the mission, just make sure you're safe when you do it. You can actually look at the different abilities. So it tells you what rank the ability is, it tells you the symbol for the ability, and then it tells you how much energy cost it takes to use that ability. So Mallet, which was my first one, has beats that damage nearby enemies and draws their fire. So this is a good crowd control one. Not only does it damage them, but it also takes their fire, like when they're shooting, it takes them away, their attention away from you. That's pretty awesome. Over here you'll see the stats of the ability. So you have a damage multiplier, radius, and duration. This has to do with the mods that you equip on your Warframe. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you're leveling, you really don't want to take things to increase your ability. You worry about that after you level. So the more I cast it, as you guys can see, the more it goes down. I'm gonna go save this guy very quickly because we don't want him to lose no XP. We're all here to level up. Alright, now every time I rank up my Octavia, I get a reset on my energy. So as you can tell, I'm not really running out because I keep ranking up so quickly, which is absolutely amazing. And now, as you can see, my Mallet is at level 2. The higher my ability rank goes, the better it gets. Whether it gets stronger, it stays available longer, it gets more range, whatever, what have you. So you definitely want to rank up your ability. It makes it less fun. Alright, so at wave 13, my Mandingo, which is my Zaw, has officially maxed out. Now, even though it's max, it is still taking away affinity from my Warframe and from my companion, which is why, again, even though your weapons and companions are maxed out, you still technically don't want to bring them when you're trying to level something up, because if you do, ouch, if you do, it's going to take away from your affinity. So like I said, it's maxed out, but it's still taking away affinity. So it's not as much, but it's still happening. What happens is that extra affinity, if you have a focus lens on your equipped on your Warframe or your weapon, that extra affinity is gonna go towards your focus school. But we'll talk about focus trees and focus schools and focus abilities and nodes another time, which is amazing. Alright, so 15 waves in, and my Octavia Warframe is nearly at 17, and my companion is nearly at, or halfway or so, to 20. These Xmas. So if you take anything out of this, make sure you remember a minimal amount of arsenal, and make sure you put mods on to keep you alive. So at wave 15, my Octavia is at 25, my companion is at 29, and my Zaw has maxed out. This is all from unranked, 15 waves, and nearly everything's already maxed out. Hope you guys learned something here. Make sure to subscribe for chances to win free plat and other items, rare items I'll be passing out in the near future. Always a pleasure to have you with us, and just always remember, ninjas play free. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time.